gonna move on to the Commanders, man, because the Commanders also went out there and got a big time win over the LA Chargers. I mean, a big time win, and it started off a little rocky, right? But then towards the end of the half, they got going. To end the game, they got going, and they walked around. They walked away with a win against a team that's been very good this year so far. So I gotta ask you, Joe. I gotta ask you, what did the Commanders prove with their win against the Chargers, if anything at all?
To me, what they put to me, not much.
I was gonna say to you, are you like,
Not much. But you know, in the media, we kind of been like not talked about lately. You know, we lost to the Packers. Then JD5 got hurt. We blew out the Raiders, but what did that mean? Nothing. We lost to the Falcons, but that meant something. You know, and our defense hasn't looked good. So I like how our defense responded. But they had an injured offensive line. I know if your offensive line is hurt or weak, we're going to dominate you defensively. That's just how we've been doing all year. Raiders, Giants. But when your offensive line is good, then we tend to can't get pressure on the quarterback. But that defense is really good, though.
mm-hmm.
The Chargers have one of the best defense in the NFL. Last year, they were number one in scoring. Coming into this game, they were fourth. 27 consecutive points, 27 unanswered points. And it could have been another touchdown if my man Moore would have caught the touchdown in the corner, which 85 threw us on the run.
Yeah.
That was, man, AJ, I know you say your guy got a good deep ball. He do. He got a nice one. You see that? You see my guy with the Luke McCaffrey?
I did. It was nice.
Hey,
It was nice.
I ain't trying. I know your boy is strong. He's squatting a lot. His legs strong. You know, touch push. But when he be throwing them deep balls, he gotta put some ump to it. I be see, you know, he be putting ump to it. My boy was in the pocket like this. Looked at Juju one time in the suite, gave her a head nod, and just launched that jump 50 yards. I know you know Juju was in the suite. You saw that?
Yeah, I did. I saw that. I saw them dap up after the game.
Hey, they're a couple, bro. I'm sorry. They're a couple. That handshake was two.
Yeah. Facts.
You not with your best friend. You doing this and stuff? No. Oh, nah. That's your girl. That's your girl. But he had two suites full of family and friends. Man, showed out. You know what I mean? But I do want to say this, though. Fat Debo. Still think he fat? He ain't fat.
He playing well. He
balling. He balling as a number one receiver too. And you see the catches he's making. It's on hands, baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing some tricky stuff, but he catches. Hey, he playing receiver. He running routes and catching the ball with his hand. You know. So I want to give a shout out to He got more catches than yards than AJ Brown. God, anyway, that's gotta bring it up, right? I would say over Smitty went crazy last game though. So
he did. He did.
I would say both of them combined, but Smitty went crazy last game. Jeremy Reeves have been balling out, but Bill, oh my gosh, AJ, I said this on the last show. I said this on R2L. I think Bill is the best running back we had, eye test wise, since Clint Portis.
Oh wow.
Now, somebody, Tomo said, what about Adrian Peterson? I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to go that far. All right. AP was past his prime, but AP was still balling.
He was cooking.
So I'm not going I'm going to say since AP then. But people would bring up Alfred Morris. I love Alfred Morris. But I think eye test-wise, Bill is better. Like, basically, what I see now. Obviously, things could change. It's still early. But 14 carries, 111 yards. 14 carries. Do you know that he's leading all running backs in yards per carry? All running backs, not even rookie running backs. He's leading all rookie running backs in touchdowns. He got more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley. Crazy. Now, I know the 6 carries helped that, but my man getting 6 carries some games. Like I said, he only had 14 last game. He had 111 yards. So the offensive line is playing better, and we still are hurt on the offensive line. People forget about that. We don't have our starting right guard. So Coleman is hurt. So we don't have our full offensive line, but we're still looking good in the running game. And I mean, the Chargers are a good team, but they hurt the offensive line. We shut down Justin Herbert, and we ran it up on their defense. You know what I mean? Derwin James, you good. But every time Bill got on the outside, he was lost in the sauce. He didn't know what to do. You know, so I'm not too excited about the game. I am excited because we back on the winning column, but it ain't proved nothing to me. I told you how I felt about our squad.
To me, to me, oh, J-Mo said, what about Alfred Morris? Alfred was cold for a little bit. Alfred Morris
He
was
had
nice for a
1,600
little bit.
yards. I think he had 1,600 yards rookie year.
Yeah, bro. Alfred was
He was
nice,
tough.
bro.
I love
Him,
Alpha
him, him,
Morris.
him and RG
RG3.
three. Whoo, that was crazy for a little bit. That was crazy for a
It
little bit.
was. Shot, hey,
But
Alpha
you
Morris like
still
that.
going build over him too though?
I'm trying as far as eye test.
Okay,
Eye
okay,
test.
okay,
Like Alpha
okay. I
Morris
got
had
you.
more opportunities. Bill not getting the opportunities Alpha Morris getting.
Fair, fair. I feel that. I feel that. Um. So to me, what did the Commanders prove with their win against the Chargers? To me, as an Eagles fan, can't speak to what it proved to everybody else. But to me, as an Eagles fan watching the game, to me it proved you can't forget about them.
Okay.
You can't forget about them. Because as an Eagles fan, I'm gonna be honest with you. I stopped thinking about the Commanders for a little bit. I stopped thinking about y'all for a little bit. I'm looking at the Rams. Oh, they almost got us. Like, boy, them boys gonna be an issue down the stretch. I'm looking at the Niners. They balling even without Purdy out there. I'm like, the Niners might be an issue down the stretch. And the Niners have routinely, like, they always been that team at one point that kind of give us problems. You know, that defense is normally an issue for us. So got to keep an eye out, for them. Obviously, I got my eyes on Detroit. We're going to talk about them shortly because they are starting to hit a bit of a stride here, right? People have been talking about Green Bay, right? People been talking about the Bucks. People talking about a lot of NFC teams that ain't nobody talking about the Commanders right now. And it was in part because the last time we saw them on the field with Jaden Daniels before this game against the Chargers, they went out there and lost. And then Jaden got hurt. And then, it's just been kind of like, they won one game, they lost one game. All right, I didn't really think about them. But for me, sitting back watching that game, it made me think like, all right, can't forget about the Commanders. Like, this is a team that is going to be in the mix at the end of the day. I might not think that they're going to be a team that goes on a crazy run again like last year, but this is a team that, if we want to get to where we want to get, at some point we got to see them. At some point they got to see us, just like we got to see the rest of these NFC teams. And it ain't going to be sweet because when you watch how they played against the Chargers, one thing I would say about Jaden Daniels, I'm looking at y'all schedule. Bears, Cowboys, Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions, Dolphins, Broncos, Vikings, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles. I'm looking at y'all schedule and I'm like, there's not a game. Now I'm a biased Eagles fan. So if you just take the Eagles out of it,
I got you.
there's not a game I look at where I'm not like, man, the Commanders can't win that game. Or the Commanders definitely going to lose that game. You know what I mean? Like, I can't look at no games like that when Jaden is playing the way he plays. They're always like, look, as long as y'all got JD5, it's like y'all do have a shot. Y'all have a chance to win any team, especially with the way the Chiefs have been looking this season. The Bears up and down. Dallas ain't got no defense, but that's going to be an interesting matchup because the two offenses, I think, are going to go crazy. Seattle is Seattle, but you know how I feel about Darnold.
Yeah,
So
Darnold,
it's like, yeah, and then Detroit, y'all beat Detroit. That's going to be, or last year, that's going to be an
That's
interesting
interesting
matchup this
too.
year. But it's like, I look at the schedule and I'm like, there's not a team on the schedule where I'm looking like, oh, that game's an L at this point. And at one point before the season started, I mean, the Chiefs, that was an L to me. The Lions, that was an L to me. Who else? It was a few other games. Even the Chargers are like, they probably gonna lose that game. The Packers was also an L for me. But it's like, for the most part, it was like, they gonna lose this game. I'm confident in that. Now I'm going into these games like they can win. They can win this game, and they can win that game, and they could. So for me, it just proved that they are still they are similar to what they were last year. I don't think they've reached that stride that they was on quite yet last year. They gotta get Scary Terry back and let that
It's about
chemistry
Terry too. He won
simmer
the game without best
simmer again.
receiver.
He won a game without Terry. Impressively, might I add. I give him credit where it's due. You know what I mean? Bless you, babe.
Bless you.
Joe said bless you too. Uh, so, very to me, and you know how I feel about Herbert. But it was still, to me, all bias aside, it was an impressive win. And it just showed like the Commanders are still a team you gotta watch out for, not only in the East, but in the NFC in general.
Yeah, I think for me, our test to see if we for real, which I believe we are, is when we play the Detroit Lions. That's like my like because Detroit want us so bad, bro. I know they do. I know they want to get
Detroit
us
won
back.
everybody.
Yeah, but Detroit, bro, like offense is so high power. They are like defensively for us, it's gonna be tough. Like we had to turn the ball over, and even with all those turnovers, they still put up 30 plus on us. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta think about it. So